Hi, this is the fifth in our series, and this is on joint mobility, and it's part of doing any warm-up that we have for being a backyard warrior. And by the way, this is our backyard from another direction, and it's just started raining, so we're fortunate to have this a veranda or balcony, whatever it is, with a bit of protection over us, and I hope it's not too noisy with the rain falling. But we do start off with the body from the top down, from the head down the centre line and working outwards. That's easy enough to remember that. And I'll go through a few things with it. There's many exercises you can use. This is a basic thing that we do for martial arts. And we'll start into it, and I'll have one or two things to say afterwards. First thing from the head down is turning the head around itself. Now you've got this one to do. It's probably okay to do it first. Do it very slowly, and remember that as you're doing it, these can be quite strained, the muscles here, so go slowly as you're working around. It's normally not the best way of doing things. If you don't have that sort of mobility, just think in terms of a cross, to move forward and backwards and then side to side, and only 3 or 4 each one, and then once you get beyond that, go around 3 or 4 times, and like that, in a circle, and round the other way. And so we do that first, and then we do the one which I really did show a bit of just then, is this one where it's not the head going around like this, but it's the head going around like that, and it's out and like that, forward, backwards, and then sideways, 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 side. Taking the jaw out to the side like that and like that. Okay, and that one will go come like that in a circle, and back the other way. In total of 3 or 4. Now I will put into the notes a chap by the name of Scott Sonnen, who goes through this, and it's brilliant what he has, and he has little 10-minute segments for you, but it will be in the notes. So that's down to there. Then we move to the shoulders, and because with this martial art limbs move independently from each other, we'll do it that way. And so the first one is up on the shoulder, just getting the whole thing moving around. It's like that. I'll show it to you that way, or rather this one. It's clearer. Try and keep it, and try and keep the shoulder, keep these straight as you comfortably can. Don't get stressed at all. And 3 or 4 one way, and 3 or 4 back the other on both sides. Right. And the bigger one, I hope we can do it under here, is just swinging around the arm over, and the figure of 8 for this. I'll show you the figure 8. We'll see it that way. There's the 8, and 8 lying down, and 3 or 4 of those, and nice and slow, then back the other way. And what is really, it's like washing out the joints, getting them mobile, keeping them mobile. And always with these things, remember it is don't come to the level of pain. Sorry, I'm losing this. Multitasking, talking and instructing and doing the thing at the same time. If there's a bit of discomfort, go to the level of discomfort that you feel you can comfortably handle, but do not go into the level of pain. That's your body telling you it's not quite right for that just yet. So that's around the shoulders, those two. And then there's one we call stirring the pot for these joints around here. And it goes like that. You got a thumb up and thumb down, thumb up, thumb down, as though you're stirring a pot for 3 or 4 times, nice and slow, and then of course the other side. And you can do that round like this, or you can do it over on the side, whatever. But really, particularly over here, get that joint moving in there. Now we come down to the wrists, and a few things there. Nick we've got this joint movement going. Now it's both sides of the joint, and the way I show it to people is get on the flat here, and that's the way it's meant to go. We're not meant that it's both sides move, and it's not just like flapping around the hand like that. So or like that would be another way of doing it. Trying to get those to move, and just wash it around 3 or 4 times, right round the edges of the joints themselves. Of course the same with the other hand. Now all of those down to here you can actually do sitting at a desk. In fact, 1 or 2 others you can also do. Then we get down to the hands, and it's a thing we use as just an OK sign, and we turn it to an ice cream cone. Simple as that. I'll just turn it around myself 3 or 4 times so you get an idea of what it looks like. Ice cream cone, OK sign. Ice cream cone, OK sign. That's it. And now we start moving down the body. The next one for this joint mobility is the rib cage, and we do a circular motion like that, but the axis is through that way. It's just the way we're built. It goes through like that. So up there to there, and continuing, I'll turn the other way now, like that. Swing the top of the chest out and across there, line across there, come down, cave in and out, getting that whole rib cage moving. Now this stuff is really helpful. You'll see in other tapes that when you get hit like that, your shoulders will stay, and you get so much mobility. It just pushes through and just takes the energy out of the punch. Very important, that one, for body strikes. And now it's down onto the hips, and then it's something that people are fairly familiar with often. And here it is just swinging the old hips around and taking an emphasis on, because we're concentrating on the joints, pushing pressure on the joints down like that, and then out, pushing that one out, over to that one, and then going back the other way. Final one for that is the back, is to lean over nice, just be careful, particularly those with back injuries, and swing up and around. I wouldn't bother swinging the arms too much around the outside, but if you're comfortable, that's fine. Just get them nice, 3 or 4 times each way. Just the rest of it, however you want to do it. Now, a great one for us, it's a combination of several ones for the legs, but this is just for a warm-up, is we do a kind of a figure 8, and I have a bit of a balance problem, so I tend to use a wall, and it goes like that. You can work up into other variant, and then come back. That's 3 or 4 of those, then come back the other way with the other one. And that one, keep looking the same way, like that. And this is great when it comes to doing leg work, of course, and kicks and those sorts of things. And finally, off the end of that is just twirling the old foot ankle around, getting it going. Of course, if you look up on YouTube, and you just get a bit stiff down there now, looking on YouTube, now, just a couple of things as we conclude with this. Very important, what I found when I first started doing it about 4 or 5 years ago, so I was about 65, 66, that the joint mobility just came so quickly that in 3 or 4 months I was finding that if a salt cellar was falling over, I could pick it up, whereas before I couldn't. So that's an immediate benefit. And I said with the other one, so often when you're in martial arts and needing to strike, you need to be able to move all your joints through your body in any direction. You don't know with the chaos that happens in a fight, just what's going to be required next. And if you're simply using stuff straight up and down forward, once you have to move sideways, that's when you can injure yourself so easily. So it's just great for life itself and keeping yourself in tune, keeping yourself fit. Thank you very much.